Welcome to the Ask Dr. Khan Show. This is episode 183, and today we're going to talk about a very, very important antioxidant. Now, if you were stuck on an island and you have only one supplement to take, what would it be? For me, it will be glutathione. See, for my practice, I see people with chronic health condition. These chronic health conditions range from chronic fatigue, chronic inflammation, autoimmune disease, food sensitivities, chemical reactions, exposure to mold, environmental toxicity. These are what we see day in and day out. We help people with these type of chronic conditions by doing the right tests, identify root cause, and give them an individualized plan. But the overriding commonality between all these people is that they have some type of inflammatory issue. This inflammation drives up this vicious cycle of more inflammation causing more inflammation, which drives up the cycle causing more immune reaction. So what we have is an immune system that's essentially out of balance. So when you have people with autoimmune disease, which is our 90% of my patients struggle with autoimmune issue or pre-autoimmune. Maybe you suspect you have autoimmune or early stage autoimmune that you haven't been diagnosed yet. We have people with these autoimmune issues that have these immune system challenge. So what we have is an immune system that has two branches. We have the T helper 1 and T helper 2 immune system. This side are the killer cells that get rid of infections, and this side make antibody to help you remember who the bad guys were, so you can launch an immune response faster next time. At the base of this is your T helper 3 immune system, and these are the T regulatory cells, which, as the name implies, these are specialized white blood cells, immune cells, that regulate these T helper 2, T helper 1 system. And what happens, this is like a teeter-totter that can tilt and swing depending on what's going on with your immune system. And what we have is that when you have autoimmune disease, it equals inflammatory response equals inflammation. And the more inflammation you have, the more it suppresses the killer cells. And the more it raises the Th2 antibody production, which leads to allergies and sensitivities. The more you suppress the killer cells, the more this means immune deficiency. And you can't fight off infections. And if you can't ward off infections, what that also means is chronic infections. Right? This might be viruses, bacteria, candida, or parasites. So when you have autoimmune disease, you become inflamed, and this chronic inflammation suppresses the killer cells so that you get these immune system challenges, one of which is low white blood cell on your blood tests. We see that quite a bit. And then at the same time, you create this elevation of these allergies and sensitivities, and so you can't fight things off. So how do we address this type of situation? If there's one supplement, what's the most important thing that will give you? It's glutathione. So glutathione is an intracellular antioxidant where every single cell in the body produces it. Your body actually naturally makes glutathione, but it's a rate-limiting step, meaning you can only make so much glutathione in a day. It's not an unlimited supply. So if you're really inflamed and you have immune system weakness, you have all these allergies, you're going to need more glutathione than people who don't have this inflammation to fight off these things. So you're going to use up all the glutathione. So what that means, when you need it again, then you don't have enough. So that's why taking it or increasing production of is really important. Glutathione helps address the T regulatory cells. It helps the immune system to be able to balance the cells so you don't get this dysregulation. That is so important. Glutathione helps with inflammation, specifically the NF-kappa B inflammation pathway. NF-kappa B is a protein that stimulates inflammation. Glutathione can help dampen that. Glutathione can help support your immune system. It doesn't specifically kill bacteria or kill viruses, but it helps support the immune system. Another thing that the glutathione helps with is with toxicities. And this could be heavy metal toxins, because glutathione happens to be a very good chelator of heavy metals. So if you have mercury issues, lead, arsenic, glutathione works great to help you detox metals. It also helps you to detox environmental toxins. So if you are found to have things like pesticide residue, you have solvents, you have phthalates, you have exposure to petroleum product, environmental toxins, which we do test for, we can identify exactly what toxins you have, and glutathione is one of those things that can help support detoxification of these toxins. Another thing that glutathione is really helpful is with those with mold toxicities. Why is that important? Because it's not that the glutathione bind to the mold or detox the mold themselves. It's that when you have mold toxicity, mold toxins create such strong inflammatory response. It makes you really, really inflamed, and the glutathione can really help dampen that inflammation. So that's why glutathione, to me, is the Swiss Army knife of supplements. It really does so many different things and so many scientific research that's validated the effect of glutathione. That if you have any kind of inflammatory issues, you have barrier compromise. Remember, this glutathione helps with the T regulatory cells, which will also have an effect on healing leaky gut. So it can help heal leaky gut. It also can help heal the blood-brain barrier. So it really helps to heal the barriers, the gut barrier, the blood-brain barrier. Okay? So it does so many things that really is indispensable for people with chronic health conditions, such as chronic fatigue, chronic inflammation, fibromyalgia, people with autoimmune disease, such as thyroid problems, such as celiac disease, such as ulcerative colitis, Crohn's disease, multiple sclerosis, people with immune deficiencies, so that we can balance the immune system, people with allergies and sensitivities to food. By the way, when you have chronic toxicity and start to get into this immune imbalance, one of the things is that not only do you become sensitive to food, you have food sensitivities, you also get multiple chemical sensitivities. So when you develop multiple chemical sensitivities, what happens is not just the presence of the toxin that's causing the problem, it's that your immune system becomes so sensitive that even small amount of toxin that you used to be able to handle, now you're no longer able to handle. So now you become more sensitive than otherwise. And glutathione can help with that as well. See, it helps with so many things. We can keep coming up with stuff. If you have only one supplement that you can take, that you need to take, make it glutathione. Now, there's different forms of glutathione. Glutathione comes in a powder form, comes in a pill form, in a liquid form. And what I will tell you is that research shows that the liposomal form of glutathione is the most beneficial. Liposomal. So let's talk about the type of glutathione. So we have the liposomal form. Let's use this. Why is that important? Because it's a liquid. So for some people, swallowing pills is difficult. So liposomal is a liquid. But more importantly, liposomal means that we take glutathione and wrap it in little fat spheres. So it's encased in fat molecules. And that makes it so that you can absorb through the GI tract. Traditionally, the reduced glutathione in a pill form, a powder form, do not absorb through the GI tract really well. So you're losing a lot of it. So by putting in liposomal form, the carrier, the delivery vehicle, is much more efficacious. You're going to get more into your system. Not only that, there's different forms of glutathione. So we have the S-acetyl form of glutathione. I'm going to say GSH for glutathione. and then you have the reduced glutathione. So the reduced glutathione is a type of glutathione that may circulate in the blood, but it doesn't go intracellular very well. Okay? Now, it's still important because this circulates in the blood, in the serum, and this helps with chelation. This helps with detox. It helps to bind to different chemicals and things like that and help you with detoxification. So that's still useful to help scavenge things. The acetylglutathione, it goes intracellular. So what that means is go inside the cell, because the acetyl group, the addition of the acetyl group helps it to go inside the cell. That's where all the stuff is happening. The inflammation, the NF-kappa B, this immune response. We need the glutathione to go intracellular to affect inflammation and immune system. So that's where it's really helpful for people with autoimmune. When we have both, that's where it makes it, like they said, the Swiss Army knife, right? Sometimes you need a scissor, sometimes you need a knife, sometimes you need a bottle opener. So you can do different things with that. Not only that, we also want a little bit of NAC, N-acetylcysteine. This is an amino acid that's basically the precursor for glutathione. But by itself in its own right, it does many, many wonderful things as well, such as detoxification. It's a sulfur-containing compound, and you need sulfur-containing compound to run sulfation, which is part of the liver phase 2 detox pathway. So help with detoxification. NAC, or N-acetylcysteine, has been shown to help people with hashimotos. So taking N-acetylcysteine can help with thyroid problems. It helps reduce inflammation, help with detox. It's an essential amino acid, okay? So it's very important. So when you have all three, like I said, then when you pull out the different tools for different situations, and then you have a delivery vehicle that makes it so you can get this thing into your body, now you have something really special. And that's why we use a product called Glutathione Synergy. So Glutathione Synergy, let me erase this here. This is a product that contains all three different forms of glutathione, including the acetyl glutathione, the reduced glutathione, and N-acetylcysteine, all three. This is an industry first. You're not going to be able to find that just some random glutathione product. Most of them out there are reduced glutathione, which is in a powder form that makes it very difficult to absorb. So we put it in a liposomal form so they absorb much better. Now you'll find liposomal reduced glutathione, but remember that goes in the blood. To get it intracellular, you need the S-acetyl form, which goes intracellular. And then you also want some NAC as a precursor to help encourage your body to make its own glutathione, not to mention the benefit of NAC itself. So the Glutathione Synergy is really the first in industry glutathione that contains all the different things that makes glutathione beneficial. And if there's one supplement I take, it's Glutathione Synergy. Now, this is very difficult to obtain. We've been having a problem with raw material. We don't accept just any product. We only accept things that work really well. So when the raw material comes in and it doesn't work, we reject it. So it's been kind of hit and miss with our inventory, not having it in stock. I know a lot of you who are watching this, following this, always like, I can't find this. Now it's finally coming back in stock. We're so excited. It just left the manufacturer last week, and we're expecting it today or tomorrow. So by tomorrow, I expect this cart to open up for you. So go to shop.askdrkhan.com. That's our store. I'll put it right here for you. Shop.askdrkhan.com. That's our online store. Go there, type in the search box, Glutathione Synergy, and that product will show up. If you go there now, today, this is December 16th, it's not available. Tomorrow, it will be available. And now, it's still limited in stock. We have a lot more now. So you want to jump on it and order it. Okay, so you want to get this, and then and the way you take this, it's in the liquid form. So the maintenance dose is a teaspoon once a day. If you have autoimmune disease, the maintenance dose for that is 1 teaspoon twice a day. If you are having a current active autoimmune flare-up, you can take much higher. So we usually teach people to dynamically dose with glutathione energy. Dynamic dosing means you take higher and higher amount until you feel that inflammation go down. Now that dose is different for everybody. It's kind of like asking how much water does it take to put out a fire? Well, you use enough, right? If it's a lot of fire, a big fire, you use more water. If it's a small fire, you use a little water. So there's no upper limit to it because glutathione has no side effects. You can use a lot of it. Remember, this is something your body naturally produces on its own. Now, another thing about glutathione is that in the past, these glutathione supplements taste kind of gross. They have this rotten egg smell and taste to it, and it's just a bear, right? People just couldn't take it. This liposomal glutathione that we have, the Glutathione Energy, has a very pleasant, fruity taste that even kids can take. So for kids who are picky, this could be great because in the past, it's just so terrible that nobody can take it. So this Glutathione Energy tastes great. So you would take increasing amount until you feel symptom improvement, which could be a teaspoon 3 times a day. Could be 2 teaspoons, 3 times a day. It doesn't, whatever it takes for you to get to that symptom improvement. Once you get there though, you can go ahead and reduce the dose so you can find what's the maintenance dose for you. So again, this is the Swiss Army knife of supplements. This does so many things that if I was to take one supplement, this will be it. If you have any kind of autoimmune issue, you have chronic inflammation, immune system challenges, food sensitivities or allergies, you have chemical toxicities, mold toxin, you suspect heavy metal, you have chronic fatigue, chronic infection, glutathione is what you need. So go ahead and visit the store. We'll have the product available by tomorrow. And we're going to probably run some kind of promotion just to get you to try it, just to get you to use it, okay? And also, if you need help, if you're just like, I'm taking glutathione, I'm not sure if it's right for me, or you have some kind of health condition here that you just feel like you need individualized help, please schedule a 15-minute discovery call with my staff to learn how to get started in our advanced functional medicine program so we can individualize this to you. You get to work with us one-on-one, work with a nutritionist, we do detox programs. Again, schedule a discovery call. I'll put the link in the post. And if you feel like this video has helped you, please share and like this video. Comment on Facebook, comment on YouTube. I answer all the questions personally. And I look forward to seeing you next week at the Ask Dr. Khan Show. Take care.